Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lucy and I'm a powerlifter and I also like to sew. So in this video, I'll show you how to make this jean skirt. Just for the people who subscribe, because I do a lot of lifting stuff. I will still post a lot of lifting stuff, but sewing is one of my passions and I want to show you guys how I made this. If you're here for a fitness vlog, that's not what we're going to be doing today, but I will be putting out something fitness related soon. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get notified each time I post a video. And don't forget to like and comment on this video. So for this project, you need 3 shades of jeans. My light and medium pieces of fabric are from actual jeans, so I had to seam rip them and open them up. But I had a piece of dark jean fabric just laying around. If you don't have 3 different colors, you can also try bleaching a dark piece of fabric. I wanted to make this because this skirt I really liked, but it's way too small for me right now, so I wanted to remake it but in a bigger size. Next, you just want to iron down your fabric and make sure it's all flat and ready to cut. What I did for the pattern is I took a large sheet of paper and mashed it to each square-ish shape and folded it and cut it out. An easier method I'm just thinking of now is to cut out half of the skirt using 1 sheet of paper and then cutting out each square from that sheet of paper so they all line up. For 2 of the back panels, you want to pleat them, so cut out what you see, cut the pleat apart, stretch it out, and then recut that shape. And here are the pieces I ended up with. Because I was limited on the light color fabric, I decided to switch the light and mediums. And after cutting them out, this is what it looks like. Make sure to leave around ½ an inch around each shape for seam allowance. And now sew each row of fabric together. And now iron open the seams. And here's what you should have. So next, you want to sew the top and bottom pieces together. And now press the seams open. And now this is what you should have. I just went around and cut off some extra fabric so it's less bulky. And next, you want to use your pattern to mark out your pleats. And now you can sew them down. Make sure each pleat is the same size and they end at the same place. And once again, after sewing, you want to press them down. And now you want to sew the right edge together. One thing I could have done better here is, instead of sewing from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top, start by sewing in the middle so the line matches on each side. And here's me trimming off the excess fabric again. And now you should have one piece of fabric. For the waistband, I just measured each length, wrote them down, and cut out those pieces. The bottom length of the waistband is a little longer than the top, so it can curve in with your waist. And now sew each piece together. I forgot to mention this earlier, but to make this skirt bigger than the original skirt I had, I just sewed a little outside the line each time. And after ironing the seams open, you would want to fold the waistband in half, iron that, and then also iron the seam allowance in. Now, using your skirt as an outline, cut out the lining fabric. Now sew the right side of the lining fabric together. Make sure that the right side of fabric will be facing you at the end. And here's my bird trying to help me out. And now cut off the excess fabric and iron it down. My fabric ended up being not ironable. When I tried ironing a section just a little too high, it burned the fabric and created a big hole. So you want to test the ironing part on a separate piece of fabric first so you don't burn a hole out of your fabric. Anyway, measure the pleats and sew the pleats down. And now attach the waistband to the front of the skirt. You could either face the two right sides together and sew on the inside, or you could do what I did and top stitch it down. And now for the fun part. First, attach your zipper to the lining fabric as shown and sew that down. I would suggest using a zipper foot because it allows you to lean on the zipper and sew a straight line without hitting the zipper. For most of sewing, and especially sewing on a zipper, it's really important to pin everything in place so it doesn't move when you're trying to sew it. Or you could just use a simple needle and thread and do some basic stitches. And now sew your zipper down. I use the top stitch again. And there you go, invisible zipper on. And now sew the rest of the skirt together. And this is about when my sewing machine broke, so I had to hand sew everything else, which took forever. And now you want to fold over your waistband and sew it together. And we're almost done. Now hem the bottom edge. And sew the bottom together. I decided to hang it off my ironing board so both pieces of fabric would fall straight. And that was a bad decision because it hurt my back by sitting on a small stool for like 5 hours. Last but not least, sew on this little hook thing so your skirt can close. And here's the final result.
About me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. What a wonderful world.
And that's a wrap for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.